Hello, all you fine, beautiful people. I'm back here once again with another video. And as you can read in the title, I think we need to have a chat. Now, this week, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Sad, but like Lemmy and David Bowie, at least they got to kind of go out on top, like that one big farewell and kind of go out the way they wanted to go out. For a lot of musicians, they don't get that chance. But what I want to talk about today is something that's probably not going to make me very popular, not going to make me very, let's say, might not gain me a lot of subscribers. And quite personally, I don't care. I think it is something that gets discussed a lot, but I don't think a lot of people uh, come out and actually say this. So I thought, you know what? I'll just do it anyway. So with Ozzy Osbourne passed away, I went and watched a few videos, and I watched the normal ones, like the guys that have done videos like this on people passing away, and I think give a lot of good insight into it. Guys like Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility does a great job. Scott from the Prog Corner, I think he falls outside of what we need to talk about because he's been doing it for not only the big names but also lesser known people as well. Same with Pete. Andy Edwards did a great video on it. Barry Robinson from Classic Album Reviews does pretty much a great job on this. But it comes to a point I find with videos where discussing deaths and kind of someone like Ozzy, who everybody knew, he kind of crossed over into so many different things. And for me, I was just looking at it, and even into like it's been 2 days, 3 days, you're still getting people uploading videos about it. And I'm kind of the point where, are you giving me anything new? And in most cases, it's no. And in most cases, it feels more like just they're kind of grifting off someone's death. In the past, on previous channels, I've done videos about people passing away, but they're usually people that had a deep, profound impact on me, whether it be at the time Storm Thorgerson, uh, just for his art and what he meant to music, the visual concept of music. And after that, Ray Manzarek of the Doors, who I was a huge fan of those first six Doors records. Absolutely love them. But it comes to the point is you're seeing people that never discuss music talking about Ozzy, but it's so superficial. It feels superficial, like they're just reading it like a news person. And I have that feeling where it's like I already can read. I don't need someone to just read verbatim the same thing. Like it feels like six or seven different videos. Uh, or my favorite thing is usually my rule of thumb is I look at a topic, I say, hey, has like two or three people done it within the last day or two? And I'll watch some of their videos and I'll also say, is there anything I can add that they haven't said? And then sometimes I say, no, not really. So at that point, I really personally don't make the video. But I feel like with the internet the way it is and with all these content creators, it does feel a lot kind of, would I dare say, exploitive for a lot of people, where it's like they know this is going to probably be like their big video, their biggest views, most views. They might get a couple hundred views. Uh, Someone like me, who I look at my subscriber count, and for the most part, like I'm shocked it's still as high as it is because I really haven't been consistently uploading very much, but it might change. I'll have a video, actually, I'll have probably a live stream coming up discussing kind of what's going on. But I really wanted to come here and discuss this because when does it hit the point? I know some would say there's like this sort of morality, and then some saying, well, I'm trying to grow my brand. Some say other stuff. And or why be so sensitive about this? Because there is something where it's kind of like, as I call it, the law of diminishing returns. Like, and there is something where it's like, you know what? I understand people's love and admiration for certain people, and I understand that. But I think there is also the concept of, like I said previously, can you add anything new? Like, I'd say probably for me, I think quite honestly, the only musician I would talk about if they ever passed and really feel like I could do a really good video on it would be a David Gilmour. And that's probably one of the few I would. It's not something that I think a lot of people like doing. Um, it's just kind of one of those weird macabre things where I like hearing certain people's perspective on it, and I know a lot of people would probably think, "Well, I'm getting my name out there." There also is the thing where it's just like, why? And that's just been my thing. I think it's something that needs to be discussed. Not sure if I'm probably the right person to have that discussion about it, but I think it is something that as we go on through the years, I think with more and more, and I have a feeling we might be in like we were previous, where we lost Lemmy, we lost Scott Whalen, lost David Bowie, Tom Petty, Prince. I to be fair, all these guys are in that age range where it could happen, and it's kind of sad. But there is parts of this where it's just like, especially 3 days later, I'm still seeing videos about it. I could understand, okay, like the first day, maybe two, I could understand that. But once you're into like day 3, 4, 5, it's like, okay, people, like, what are we doing? Like, and I'm not gonna crap on people for having a, maybe they absolutely loved Ozzy and bringing great insight. I think he's a very talented, like, I think Ozzy's one of those guys that you could say was really never duplicated vocally, but some of that might be because he wasn't like a professional singer. So, but yeah, it's just something I wanted to talk about. Just kind of come on here, do a quick little, I guess, shortish video for me talking about this and really understanding. I'd love to know what you guys think. I just thought it was a great discussion to talk about and just see where people's minds are at. Like, I know my opinion will differ from Scott, it'll differ from Cody, it'll differ from Tara and everybody else. And it's just something that I feel kind of like, okay, I get the grieving process, but I kind of got tons of them show up in my feed, and I'm like, but I've never heard you discuss music before. And it's interesting. Like, I just thought it was an interesting video. But anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions. I've rambled on long enough. Once again, I just feel it had to be said. This is me here signing off. Peace.